Welcome to ADlib&D, where a group of amateur role-playing enthusiasts run a weekly D&D 5e game with a twist. The viewing public can vote on a large group of random concepts before the episode takes place. Once tallied, the DM will select 5 of the 10 most popular and tailor the episode of the game against the chosen ideas. Anything can happen. No episode will be the same. You can find where to vote on the Filthy Pig Discord server. Just to note, we will be doing a Easter special for the next few weeks. And the poll for that will be closing tonight / through the weekend. So trying to make sure you get your votes in soon. Anyway, what happened last week? So after successfully bringing a long-lost Donnaroo church into being, the party were were thanked by the small town of Terrason and had a big party in their honour. Where they praised the group and such, and with big smiles on their faces, they headed south. But unfortunately, it wasn't too long before the weather seemed to catch up with them, with a vicious snowstorm blocking their path and becoming cold, making the environment colder and colder. It was at that point where they decided to start thinking about finding a place to shelter that they caught sight of a 2-story wooden chalet, seemingly just on the side of the road, just when it was convenient for them. They arrived and dropped off their horses and then examined the chalet for a little bit. They talked to one of the patrons there. They talked to the barkeep. It all felt a little bit odd, a little bit, let's just say, not a normal inn or tavern. And at this point, they've spent pretty much one night there. They also had found out there was a door for one of the rooms that was locked and seemed to emanate some level of magic. They tried a few ways to try and open it without any success, or to try and explore what's inside. And unfortunately, at this stage, they're trying to work out how to get through that door. So I think with that, I might the new day has just dawned, and I think I might leave it to you guys to see what you are planning to do this morning.
Just a quick question, but sorry, Tuab. How is the audio for everybody?
Good for me.
Fine for me.
Okay, you guys better start, because I think I need to disconnect and reconnect.
Okay. Are we sounding a bit like a robot?
No, just cutting in, cutting out really badly.
Okay.
Reiki.
Can you please remind me of what the dwarf's name is?
That is a good question. Just one moment.
Uncle.
Yes, I was calling him Uncle.
Angus.
Uncle Angus. That's a nice name. Okay.
Reiki.
Well, yes.
This room, this door, it seems to be very much an aura of magic about it. That seems very much your department. Me, I'm just a dabbler in that space. Have you heard of any sort of magical keys for unlocking doors?
Well, goodness me, that's a whole area of magic specialty. There's entire departments on magical keys in the larger universities, in the larger cities. So I myself am really a dabbler. Magical keys. Well, just between you and me, if I can't open it with magic, I try and smash it down.
You can make
the
forest
slight form.
The forest gnome in me, but I would. It appears that I might like to take an Arcana check of some kind also to see what I actually know.
Yeah, you can take an Arcana or a History check, whichever you prefer, to determine any knowledge.
That's a 23.
Okay,
Nice.
so as you said, you have been exposed in your time before working with the party to lots of odd and interesting sources of arcane and its uses in the world. Now, there are a lot of interesting methods to lock something down. There's the familiar arcane lock, which is more of a temporary affair and can be easily circumvented if you know the method to do it. But there are also much more complicated and better methods of locking something down that are unaffected by things like dispel magic or other forms of divination or that sort of style of magic.
Simpler spells.
Such that you suspect to unlock this door would be you would probably need to find the actual key to unlock it. That would be your best method of doing so. This could be a physical key. With this role, you can think that it could be a physical key. It could be some sort of audio output or writing something on the door. There's lots of methods of providing a key to a door to unlock, especially a magical one.
All right.
We're all still in Riki's room, yes?
Correct.
Okay,
Wait.
and I had just tried to do my sacred flame where I was standing in the corner as close to the door and close to the wall connecting to the room 4, and it didn't work. So I'm like, and this is the next morning, I believe, right?
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
I was pretty much skipping it to the next morning. You'd taken shifts through the night to
Yeah.
catch when the innkeep would
Right,
retire
and he
to his
didn't
room,
show.
and he never did.
Yeah. Except for the drunken Angus. But Angus didn't leave. He's still in his room, yeah?
Yes, he's still in his room at this point in time. Can I get you
Oh,
guys
look.
to all make a perception check at the moment?
Did you guys notice? I just tried to call. Okay, I told you that Donnaroo is hardly here, or at least I can barely communicate with her, but still, some of my spells work. I mean, they used to, or they should. But look at this. The Sacred Flame is like the easiest spell I know, and it's not working. There's a stop magic circle here.
Is it the spell that's not working, or is it perhaps the room that's so powerfully protected that the simple spell doesn't work?
Well, I remember downstairs I had it going when I was, messing around with the fog cloud that I put on Angus.
So there you go. That worked.
But it didn't work here when I'm not near the door.
Let's burn something simple to find out.
Well, come try casting something near the door.
No. I can just try casting something on a random object. So are you saying that near the door spells don't work?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Or spells don't work on the door?
Well, I was near the door and I was just trying to cast Sacred Flame and it didn't work.
Okay. Is there a small object that I could place near the door in the vicinity?
So I
Use the
wanted to point
pillow.
out, firstly, I think you were trying to cast Sacred Flame into the wall that is in Riki's room. So that is the wall adjacent to, like, between Riki's room and the magical room, and that's and it was failing. It was dissipating when you were attempting to do it. But
okay.
So
I
there's
was just
certainly an
thinking of
object.
like holding my hand up while I was like kissing the wall type thing. Not literally kissing, but really close to the wall because I was thinking out of character this was an anti-magic field. And so I was trying to get as close as possible and cast Sacred Flame and just holding my hand up.
Yeah, so when you brought the hand up to the wall, that's when
It
it sort of
dissipated,
dissipated. Yeah. Now with perception rolls, it's Riki that catches a hint of bacon cooking, that distinctive smell.
Oh my. Is it good bacon smell or bad bacon smell?
I don't know if there's ever a bad bacon smell, but
Well, there
it's
is if
certainly
it's
Oh yes,
there is.
indeed.
if it's
for sure.
what is it? Taint?
Or if it's a sow.
Mm.
it's
The one
certainly a
has-
good bacon smell.
Okay, good. Good. Well, unfortunately for the pig, it smells delicious. So, shall we all eat and then talk on this later? It appears we will be stuck for the meantime.
Well, I was thinking, there's something odd about this place. My even downstairs, my connection with Donnaroo was shaky. may she live forever. So I'm thinking that vomit face Puka. I think I'm ready to. I'm ready to hurt him.
Okay.
Not kill him, because your kill list business. I'm still thinking about that business.
It's contemplative. It's contemplative.
I'm going to contemplate him with my fist. Is what I'm going to do.
Oh goodness! How about we see? Let's grab Angus first and let Angus know that breakfast's up, and then let's wander downstairs to find the bacon.
Why do we want to get Angus?
To make sure that Angus isn't the bacon.
Oh, that's smart. That's really smart.
Yeah, I mean, you have to cure him first, but perhaps he's been pickled for a while, so maybe it wouldn't take as long. I don't really know. So let's go find Angus, and if we can't rouse him to the door, maybe little Bindi can stick her head underneath and check things out. I'm not really sure.
That's a good idea.
I don't want to eat Uncle Angus. I don't know. That's bad.
You think dwarves smell like bacon?
I don't know what tips and tricks this culinary wizard Puka has. I mean, he could potentially create an anti-magic field that none of us can penetrate. Perhaps he can transmute other things as well. Making a dwarf smell like bacon would be either very evil or very good. I'm not sure.
Jace cast prestidigitation on Wabani to make Wabani smell like bacon.
There's a distinct aroma of bacon. And
stop licking yourself.
Jace.
Stop licking yourself, Wabani.
Is it the good bacon or the bad bacon?
Good bacon.
I'm not a sow. I punch Jace. I don't hold back either.
It hurts. You can roll damage unless Jace is trying to avoid it.
I'm totally rolling damage.
Well,
Makes me smell like bacon.
Jace is going to be avoiding this.
All right, so roll for attack first then.
All right. Take this, Jace. Fancy boy. 24.
I don't think you can avoid that, can you?
No, I don't think so.
All right, roll for damage.
6 damage.
Oh, you don't even apply it to him. I'll do that.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. So he socks you a good one, and that's certainly going to bruise very soon.
Do it again, Jace. Do it again. I dare you.
Oh, dear.
Either that or you better become a lot more subtle with those somatic moves and that little bit of vocalization there.
Well, Barney, that was an unacceptable overreaction to a harmless prank. That's gonna bruise.
You have no idea what bacon means to me in my past.
Clearly, it's tied to assault in some fashion.
Indeed.
Salt.
Possibly pepper as well.
Salt.
I storm out of the room.
Whatever else you cure bacon in.
Okay, so you guys head outside into the hallway.
Yes, you do.
And you from last night's observation...
Did Bunny leave his stuff behind?
Yeah, I did.
So you delaying to be the last one out of the room there, James?
Yes, I am.
Okay, we'll come back to you in a second. But as you exit the room, from your observations last night, you recognise that Angus would be in room 5.
All right, so we wander down the hallway and knock.
Well, actually, I was so upset at Jace, I completely forgot, and I wandered downstairs.
We knock with gusto on room 5.
Okay, so Wabani heads downstairs as you go to visit Angus, and as you knock, you hear a bit of ruffling inside, and then you hear, "Yeah, what?"
Uncle, we are about to head downstairs for breakfast. Would you care to join us? My shout.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm feeling a bit under the weather this morning. Oh, for some reason. I'll be down in about 5, I think. And then you hear a sort of collapse, like a big thumping sound as it's almost like he's fell out of his bed.
Well then, such is life. All right.
I'm good.
Good.
It's just a flesh wound.
Oh, good. So he didn't fall back asleep. He's just on the ground.
No, he's on the ground. You suspect he's rolling around a little bit hurt, but he's okay.
Oh, he's a dwarf. He'll be fine. So we head downstairs. See you down there.
Okay. So what are you doing, Jason, in the room?
Okay, so Jace has the spell plant growth now, and Wabani, I think, is not a particularly clean person. And I'm imagining that Wabani's gears managed to pick up a great many plant seeds over the travels. Grass seeds, perhaps. Other plants as well. Would that be a fair comment?
I'm a healer. I'm very clean.
Make an investigation. See if you find any plant seeds on there. It looks very clean. There's some nice patterning of Donaru and other holy items, but you don't notice anything of a flora nature.
Okay, well, in that case, Jace will go to Plan B, and he'll use the prestidigitation to soil Wabani's gear. And additionally use the prestidigitation to create a really disgusting odor.
Okay, so what kind of mark are you leaving on his gear?
Oh,
is it brown stain?
Maybe it looks like a squirrel's been in there.
Oh
dear.
With a slight hint of overripe peanut butter.
That's right. Yes.
Oh dear.
Perfectly done. Okay. So you head out just as Riki is starting to head down the stairs.
Okay.
So, Wabani, you get down there first, and you catch the smell of bacon is much stronger as you reach the common room downstairs. You see Puka at the bar once again, and as you arrive, he goes, "Ah, yes, welcome. It's nice to see you. I've got bacon this morning. I still have the Rojo surprise if you're interested in that. I've got some freshly prepared fruits and nuts, if that is also of interest to you."
Garçon. Sorry, no, you keep going.
I need to know. Yesterday I was upset. I felt a disconnect with Donaru, may she live forever, and I did blame you. But look, raw meat, like seriously, what is up with that? Like, what is that meat?
Well, it's a delicacy for some people. Certainly it's an acquired taste, but I wouldn't be offering it if I didn't think it was within the clientele that I serve. I suspect that if you consume this item, it will bring wonders that you would otherwise never find.
Well, that dang meat was not pork, and it wasn't chicken, because it was too red. So, what is that from?
It's a special recipe. I can't reveal my secrets.
Why do you say that I would feel... Why did you say that? If I eat it?
It's an experience to behold. I for one would feel less of you if you weren't to at least try it.
It's fine. It's fine. Give me a plate of that, plus some extra crispy bacon on the side, so that I've got something to balance my palate.
What about sorbet? Ask him if he has sorbet.
And you know what? Look. And a cappuccino.
He looks on a little bit quizzically at the indication of cappuccino. Goes, I don't know that item of food, but I do.
Me.
Yes, I'm sorry. What is it? Are you speaking of this cappuccino?
You don't have kaffa?
Kaffa? No. What is it you speak of?
Oh my lord! I can't give. I'll take a tea then. Damn it.
Okay, I will get you the house specialty tea, and the sorbet. I could probably collect some snow for outside and flavor it with some of the fruit we have available, if that's to your liking, there, Riki.
I have to say, this fella seems like he would be a bit more familiar with the Capuchin Fathers and the Capuchin Crypt than is anybody else familiar with that?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What if I post a link? Would that work?
I'm still lost at whatever words you're trying to say.
Okay.
It's almost like from another world.
It is. It's bizarre. No, there was this bizarre order of monks. I've read about, and they honoured their dead by taking their bones and building altars out of them.
Oh, you're talking about an ossuary.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with ossuaries in the north. I mean, look at this bone. I tried to give this bone to Jace the other day for, what was his name's Orlu's daughter that I don't know what the hell you did there.
Well, you tried. That's the main thing. You both clearly tried in different ways. So, yes.
So someone say I succeeded.
That's certainly Jace's position on the matter.
One more point towards Paragon there.
It's just a little belt.
Or Renegade. Sorry, Renegade. I mean.
Yeah.
There's a little belt with some notches in it. He's not showing anyone. It's his secret shame or pride. I'm not quite sure which yet. All right. So you know what? Perhaps don't remind. Pucker? Puka. Pucker.
Puka.
Puka. Puka. Puka of the Capuchin. You never know what you might end up with.
And Riki, is there anything you're interested in, or are we? Is it just for your good friend Wabani there?
I will have the Rojo surprise, but instead of having it between 2 slices of bread, I will have it between 2 slices of bacon.
Very well. I think I can arrange that for you.
My arm is getting a little tight. I need to cut some carbs.
We're going total keto here.
That's it. I'm carnivore.
Meat on meat on meat. Okay, it's at this point that you reach the bottom of the stairs, Jace, and what would you like to do?
All right. So Jace approaches the innkeeper and he says he's going to cast suggestion. He says to Puka. Puka, could you tell us everything you know about this unseasonable snowstorm we find ourselves trapped in?
Your magic seems to start to sprinkle towards him, but it's at that point that his eye, he shakes his head for a moment and seems to get back his composure and goes, "Well, I don't recognize why it is such it is. It's a funny thing, weather, hard to predict and certainly impossible to control as far as I'm concerned. But at least my accommodation will help to avoid this unseasonable snow." You get the feeling that the spell did not take hold.
All right.
I'm watching Jace carefully when this happens because I'm still upset at him. Did I catch anything from that exchange?
Make an insight check.
That is a 16.
So you're looking at Jace or Puka?
Puka.
Okay. Okay, just one moment. He's hard to read from what you can tell. He's providing a response that seems genuine, but it's difficult to find anything that triggers your spider sense, let's say.
So his continence in that nothing wavered?
No, not from what you could tell. He's either a very accomplished liar or he's speaking the truth.
Okay. Jace, leave him alone. He's supposed to be cooking. Just order something, damn it.
We have the bacon with some nice runny egg. We have the freshly prepared fruits and nuts, as I mentioned before. We have the Rojo Surprise, which I'll note that Wabani is trying again, I feel, and also Riki. But it's certainly the choice is yours, my friend Jace.
I'll have the bacon and eggs, thank you, and keep.
Good choice. The bacon is especially tasty this morning. And with that, he nods and then heads back into the kitchen.
You know, Jace, at some point, he's going to go up into your room, and he's going to see your plate that you left there with the Rojo Surprise sitting in your room.
You didn't throw it into the fire. Come on, I thought that's what we agreed on.
Do we have a fire in our rooms?
Actually, you know what? I reckon Cinders might have had a crack at it.
Okay.
Being a weasel, I'm pretty sure if there was a raw meat sandwich left out, Cinders would have gone to town.
There is no fireplace in your room. There's a main fireplace here in the common room.
What?
But,
aren't we all freezing to death in the middle of a blizzard with unheated rooms?
There could be a method of how this chalet is designed, possibly some sort of centralized heating mechanism, but it wasn't particularly cold in your room per se, but there was no fireplace.
Jace is going to follow Puka into the kitchen. He wants to just have a bit of a look around and.
Are you trying to be hidden when you do this, or are you just boldly walking in?
I suspect I won't have much opportunity to be hidden. If I think I can, I might try, but otherwise I'll just swagger in and just strike up a conversation with him as he's cooking.
Okay, because I mean, you could just poke your head in the door slightly and hope he doesn't notice. So I mean, you can do that stealthily, or you can just walk in boldly. Is basically what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, Jess will just walk in boldly.
Okay. So yeah, you walk up and the door is unlocked and it swings in towards the kitchen as it did the same with Puka. And you see him. It's only him within the actual kitchen. It's a large. It's similar wooden walls as to the rest of the establishment. There's a large preparation table with a wood stove at one end, and that smell of bacon hits you full force in the kitchen. He's cooking a bit more, and you can see he's also got some eggs on the stove and is in the midst of preparing the Rojo Surprise for Riki. So he's just about to put the bacon on top of one of the Rojo Surprises.
Okay.
And as you walk in, he looks up and goes, we normally don't have people in the kitchen, health concerns and all. Can I help you?
Oh, I was just coming in to have a bit of a chat as you prepared the meals. I think, it must be lonely for you being the only one here, and I thought that you might appreciate a bit of company while you did your work.
Well, I'm happy to talk, although I might not be able to help. I might not be able to talk constantly. I need to focus on the food that's at hand. But sure, what do you have on your mind? As he sort of walks back to the stove to check on the eggs.
Jace just starts to make idle conversation about the train he passed on the way here, and asking questions about what lays further ahead on their path, and speculates a bit about the weather and what it might mean, and just generally natters away while Puka's cooking. All the while he's just he's observing Puka, watching where he's getting all the ingredients from. Does he leave kitchen to go out at any point, and where's the bacon coming from, all that sort of stuff. Just sort of keeping an eye out.
Okay, so he responds back when he can, but they're not considered answers. They're mainly like maybe 1 or 2 word responses because his focus seems to be on the preparation of the food in general. The make a perception check, just to generally to see what he might be doing. Okay, so 12.
12.
All right, so most of the food he's sourcing directly in the cupboards around the kitchen. There does seem to be a room which you suspect is probably the cold room where he's sourcing some of the meat. How it's remaining cold, it could be a method of using the cold outside or some other method, you can't tell. But when he comes back, you can see he's got some slabs of meat that look, uncooked, but they are fresh from what you can tell. And he'll trim those off and adds to the bloody sandwich. To it's tastefully done in that it's not just slapped together poorly. He takes his time to prepare the sandwich, but it certainly looks like a couple of layers of meat that is particularly raw and how should I put it, of unknown origin.
Okay.
And when it looks like he's just about finishing up, and he turns up and he goes, "Well, you want to help me bring this food out since you're here?"
Yeah. Jace grabs a plate in each hand and follows Puka out into the common room again.
Okay, so while this is happening, Angus has managed to stumble down to the common room and looks around and sees that Puka is nowhere in sight, and sees yourself, Riki, and Wabani, and stumbles over and goes, "Oh, right. Well, that was a bit of a difficult start to the day. What'd you guys get for food? Oh, I'm probably going to go with the fruit, I think. Oh, my head hurts."
Yes, fruit plus lots of water. And then some water.
Yep, I think that's probably a good idea. You know where Puka is? He's usually there.
Yeah, he's back in the kitchen making some more of the raw meat.
What? Raw meat? What's he doing that for? Oh, you can see him. He sort of it almost looks like he's about to vomit, but then he holds it back in.
Oh, I'm going to have me some of that, and I think Riki is too.
Wait, what? That made me sick last time. Oh, just the thought of it. He's holding himself in, but he's having difficulty.
Where's your Dwarven constitution, man?
He holds it in for now, and he goes a little pale, but otherwise it's fine. Well, like it's your funeral, I guess. Oh, my head hurts still. Right, I might. And it's at that point that Jace opens the door to bring out the food with Puka just behind him, and Angus looks up and goes, "Oh, right. Could I get some fruit and nuts and maybe a nice mug of water, please, Puka?" Oh, and Puka looks down as he's placing the food onto the tables. Goes, "Yes, I will do that. I certainly don't think you need anything stronger than that. I'll be back soon."
Considering that this man is effectively voluntarily poisoning himself in this establishment, does that give extra weight or less weight to his warnings?
You're asking me, or
No, the other participants in this culinary adventure.
Okay.
You guys don't have any comment?
Well,
Jace chuckled. He didn't see it. necessarily require a comment.
We don't know. We don't know the answer to that. Let's just eat. I'm bored.
Okay,
When-
so you have received what you ordered, Riki, which was a rojo surprise, but with bacon instead of bread. So it's a paleo delight. And Wabani has received the base rojo surprise. You ordered something else, didn't you, Wabani?
Yeah, the bacon as well.
The bacon. Okay, bacon
Crispy,
on the side.
crispy, extra crispy.
So the bacon certainly looks delectable. The meat is similar to what you saw last night. It's bloody, it's raw, and while prepared well, it doesn't look appetizing.
Okay.
And Jace has got his bacon and eggs.
So I offer a little bit off the side to Cinders and Bindi, just to start with, to see what they do.
Okay. Do you guys wait or to watch what happens to Cinders and Bindi?
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Perhaps Cinders first, considering that I can resummon Cinders.
Okay. So you take one of the slabs of meat off and the raw pieces of meat and feed it to Cinders. It pounces on the meat and starts to chew it, and it works its way and it manages to consume it within about 2 minutes or so, with a bit of blood leaking on its on the side of its mouth, and then you see it sort of. It's difficult to see because it's covered in fur, but you see it go a little bit pale and look a little bit queasy. Can you just make a Constitution saving throw for Cinders?
Will do. Hang on.
Cinders and ashes.
Oh dear. Bust my buffers.
That's a 17. Go Cinders.
Right. So Cinders looks like it's a she or a he? I can't remember.
Cinders is a girl.
It's a girl. It looks like she's about to vomit, but she holds it in. And if you try to offer any more of it, she looks at you and turns up her nose.
Okay. Well, I'm in. I chow down. By the way, Cinders is short for Cinderella, so I have changed her name to Cinderella on the screen. Well, it's not really, but I thought it was convenient, just as a bit of a prompt. So I go, meh. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. And I chow down on the roll surprise.
Oh,
All right. And okay, so can I get? Are you doing the same, Wabani?
No, I'm watching her, and I was sitting there, and I was thinking, I had a thought, Riki. I was going to suggest, but okay, let's see how this spins.
She starts chowing down on it, and you've made your Constitution saving throw, and that it surprisingly tastes nice for its presentation and how it looks. It really tastes better. It's a bit like steak tartare, but there's something to it that adds a bit of a Moorish flavor to it. It's certainly red raw meat, but it's very tasty.
So let me get this straight. Cinderella nearly vomits, but Riki has a pleasant look on her face, is what my insight says.
And am I now looking at my companions and licking my lips?
So Cinderella did not almost vomit straight away. She chowed it down first before she looked a bit queasy. And it's at this point, if you're still watching and waiting, that you see Riki starting to look queasy herself. The blood runs out of her face, and she starts to sweat profusely. And it's at this point you can see Puka look up and goes, "If you're gonna be sick, you should go to the bathroom. I don't want to clean up like I did last time."
Oh,
Looking a little bit concernedly at Angus.
come on, Puka. I'm starting to think that you should serve a bucket with this.
It's
Okay.
a bit hard to speak at the moment for yourself due to how sick you feel.
I bolt off to the bathroom.
Okay. While that's happening,
I grab Puka by the collar, and I'm like, "How could you possibly? You're a service provider providing us a service that we are paying for, and you are making my friends puke, Puka."
it's an acquired taste. Don't you understand?
Let me
I
tell you,
think-
Poco de Puka, this is unacceptable.
Well, you don't have to eat it. I can serve you something else if you so desire.
Let me just... You wait here. I need to go check and make sure that Riki is okay. And I grab the platter with the bloody red meat on it. And I head after Riki.
Okay, so we'll flick back to Riki. You race towards the toilet, lurching left and right as you feel the contents of your stomach about to rise, and you as you burst through into the toilet and find a basin with which to ride out this storm. You catch whispers in this bathroom that you hadn't heard before when you were in here, and the whispers are quiet, but they also seem to come in, and you can understand them. So it states, the Snow Lodge's bones rest firmly upon a realm of stone and air. Within that realm an ethereal form doth lurk, so please take goodly care. To travel downward first you must ascend and open the secured door. To unseal the portal a phrase of firsts make you enter the door. 4 is the number to grant you entry, beware a wrong turn, bro. The escape is near, but keep vigilant, monsters lurk down below.
Phrase of firsts make you enter the door. Goodness me. Oh, good. Thankfully, you are providing us with that script.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot type that quickly. Thank you.
But so you're being quite sick at the moment. It's when Bulbani steps in, and you can hear poor Riki vomiting in the toilet.
I didn't hear any of these words?
No, you can't hear that.
I say.
Oh.
A phrase of firsts. A phrase of firsts. 4 grants you entry. 4 grants you entry.
What the hell? Are you okay, Riki?
Smash the shit out of that hand cream.
I go over to her where she's talking. I smash the shit out of the hand cream. And
Okay. Can I get you to make an
pulverize
attack
it with some of the red meat.
Can I get you to make an attack roll, please?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Here we go. Pulverizing. Oh,
all right, so
me?
you try to hit it, and at the last moment, there is a bit of water or something on the floor that you slip on slightly. And instead of hitting it flush, you clip it on the side, and that hand cream flies through the air, bounces once, twice off some of the walls, and then sails into the toilet area where Riki is becoming quite violently ill. As it flies in, just missing your head by inches, Riki, that whispering is louder, as if it's coming from the hand cream itself.
Oh, God. All right. So say, don't do that. I think we've got to write something on the door with the hand cream. Apologies for anyone who that may have induced a feeling of unwellness in. All right. Essentially, I think we need to write something on the door in the hand cream. I'm guessing that we have to make the number 4 out of 1s.
I didn't hear any of that because after hearing such nasty sounds coming from the stall, I couldn't keep my lunch down, and I'm
Jace, help, Jace.
Jace.
Jace casts prestidigitation to clean things up.
Jace,
He just finds it funny people puke, so he's snuck in behind us.
Are you still with Angus, Jace, or have you followed the rest of the group?
Jace followed with Barney when he started when he stormed off after Reiki.
Okay. So you walk into both of your colleagues vomiting with abandon all over the bathroom.
The platter of the Rojo Surprise I've dropped on the floor near the door. The big bloody pulp there.
All right. Hey, have I stopped vomiting?
Yes, you've held it in enough that I think your stomach is empty now.
Do I
Stop
feel like?
making that noise, Ricky.
Do I feel like?
Oh, I don't feel
Oh.
good.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We need to gather up enough of this hand cream. The hand cream was
What?
telling me to 4 is the number to grant you entry, but to get through, you have to unseal the portal, a phrase of firsts. So I kind of want to go up and write on the door the number 4 made up using the letter 1, using this nosy and annoying hand cream.
The
So
hell
it is
logic
room
are
number
you
4.
talking about?
I don't know. I think I'm a little high. I don't know what the hell was in this meat. But I still think it would be funny to do, and I can claim that I'm out of my mind because of he served me some crappy food. So let's go ahead and give it a try.
You're going to go rub hand cream on a door?
Why not? I'm sure people have done weirder stuff here.
Well,
It's not
I
like
mean,
I'm hacking down motel doors with an axe or anything.
All right, let's go.
Only Johnny does that.
No, there might be some giant toads in the garden. I'm not quite sure, but let's go upstairs for now and do hand cream door thing.
shall we bring Angus?
We should always bring Angus.
Because I mean, if the door opens up to, what did you say, to hell, we could throw him in first.
Yeah, he'd like that. He's a bit bored. Or drunk. Or both. Let's take him.
Angus,
Oh,
boy, we've got a
He's-
story
he's-
for you.
You
Ricky
notice that
needs you-
he's as you head towards him, Jace has got Angus has got Jace's plate in front of him, and he's eating. There's no sign of the eggs, and he's finishing off the bacon as you speak.
Jace wasn't going to eat it anyway.
So he looks up, a bit of bacon still stuck to his beard, and goes, "What?
You, you need to come upstairs. We've got something to give you.
Okay. What? You can't give it to me here.
No, it's upstairs.
Make a deception check."
$12.
He looks at you, long, hard look, but decides to stand up and go along for now.
May Donaroo bless you for making the right decision. May she live forever.
Right. Oh,
Come on, Uncle Angus. This'll be fun.
you're looking a bit under the weather there,
Yes,
Frankie. Riki, what happened?
I'm feeling in the need for vengeance.
Oh, okay. Did you eat that? You ate that at the end, didn't you? I told you not to.
Yeah, well, you know, life's short.
Just like that.
Eat crappy food. It's all good. All right. I stumble up the stairs with a pot of hand cream in one hand, lurching and crawling up the stairs with the other hand. Then I make my way to door number 4.
All right. So you get yourselves all up to door number 4. The innkeeper is just looking over at you, not engaging. Make a perception check, Wabani.
Perception?
Yeah. You're the last one heading up the stairs.
Okay. I give him a fierce look. Woohoo! That's a 9.
You're
Rolling
so-
a 1.
Your anger and hatred towards him knows no bounds, and it sort of clouds your your view of the world.
It's mock hatred, though. I'm only faking it. I'm putting on a show for him. I don't really hate him.
Make performance check. No, just kidding.
Okay. I follow up Riki. I
All
stare
right,
at
so
him.
you get to the
stare
top of the
daggers
stairs,
at Boca de Puka.
and Angus looks around, and goes, "Oh, so what was it you were going to give me?"
A hug.
Oh, okay. And he sort of walks over to Wabani with arms outstretched.
Not me, you daft,
He's
you
so
daft man.
lonely, Wabani. Give him the blessings of Donaroo. He's a very lonely man.
So he's about to give you a hug, whether you want to or not. Do you try anything to stop it?
After Riki says the blessings of Donner, right, I catch myself. Oh, you're probably right. And I give him a little kiss on the forehead because that's what I was doing at the Terrason.
Okay, so it's a nice, warm, friendly hug. The kiss, though, leaves your lips a bit scratchy because you're not used to that much hair, and it's a bit prickly on you. But
What? He hasn't shaved his forehead recently. What kind of a dwarf is this?
Mountain dwarf. Hill dwarf.
This is a badger dwarf.
Mm.
It lingers a little bit, but then he steps back and goes, "Oh, that was that was a bit, yeah. Anyway, if that's it, I might go back down and eat my food."
Oh no.
No. Look, Riki's going to show you something. Watch this. This is going to be spectacular.
Come on, Uncle Angus. This will blow your mind.
Okay.
So I kind of stumble my sweaty, feverish way to door number 4 because nothing says imminent success like about to burst into a possibly demonic realm while febrile and delirious. So I pick up the pot of hand cream in one hand.
It's still whispering, by the way.
What's it saying?
Same thing over and over and over.
Oh, God. It does deserve to be smeared on the walls. All right. So, in one hand, I make the mark of 1 several times into the shape of a 4.
Okay, so you make a performance check to see how well you do. While not inebriated, but facing difficulties.
Oh, that's 17.
So it is a really good job. It comes out with a 4, but you hear nothing, you see nothing change after you do so, apart from now the whispering is also coming from the door.
I try and open the door.
It does not budge. It's still locked.
Okay, a phrase of firsts. What the hell does that mean? Does anyone else have any ideas?
What are you talking about? What's this all about?
Hey, the hand cream spoke to me as well. Is there anything in Dwarven lore that talks about a phrase of firsts? Or would I know anything in Arcana lore about that?
Make a history check to try and think of what that might mean. And I'll roll something for him as well.
That's a 16.
And maybe Jace knows a song lyric that involves that.
So, yeah, you can make a history check as well if you want, Jace.
Ha! 2.
Okay.
He's just got
proficiency.
he's just got a Rick Astley song running around in his head.
he keeps just the Jingle Bell tunes in his head is all that's there.
So you're feeling a little bit distracted there, Jace. You don't know what it is, but that Wiggle song is just stuck there and it will not leave. Meanwhile, Angus starts to think about things, and then all of a sudden goes, "Wait, phrase of first? Is it? Do you think it's talking about first word in the phrase? Maybe."
No, that's ridiculous.
As he says that, it seems to, for you, Riki, that seems to be a logical statement. It's a sort of a obviously it's a riddle as that you've seen, but to turn that statement around a bit, talking about using a phrase of the first words could actually make sense.
Okay, so
that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah,
Angus.
Do you want me to write on the door the A within, so to and to make 4 beware the monsters?
As you say that, the door, you hear a resounding click, and the door slightly moves ajar. Okay,
I'm going to need a drink before I go further. My character and me, because... Woohoo! Oh, let's hope this continues to be a never-ending sequence of puzzles, because that would be fun.
Wait, what the hell just happened here?
We fixed it! We escaped we're entering the escape room. I'm not going to say we're escaping the escape room. Maybe we are escaping the escape room. We've solved the first puzzle, my dear.
No. No.
Well
I
then,
refuse to believe this. Jace,
well
what
then-
the hell's going on?
close the door and walk downstairs and have some more rojo de vomit.
I closed the door.
Does it relock?
There is.
Please tell me. Please tell me it locks again.
You hear a click, and it looks like the door is locked again.
Woohoo!
All right. Now do this again, Miss Smarty Pants. What did you
Okay.
say?
That are within so to make for beware the monsters.
Click. And the door
Purple
opens.
monkey dishwasher.
I don't
it
believe
opens.
this.
Okay,
I put-
Jace pushes the door open. What do we see inside?
So as the door swings open, the vision before you is that of a room similar to what you stayed in last night. There's a small pallet bed in the corner. There's a table with a couple of books lying on it, and this one is slightly different to your one in that there's some nicely laid rugs down on the floor. Nice intricate patterns.
Ooh.
What's under the rugs?
Oh, intricate patterns are on the rugs.
Yes. Are you looking underneath the rugs?
Yes, I am.
You catch as you pull away the rugs one by one. You catch sight that seems to be a unusual depression to one of them, and on closer inspection, it looks like it's a trapdoor.
Oh, it's a depressed rug. It's the worst kind of furnishings.
Okay. Well, Barney, it's a trapped door. I think you need to open it.
Huh? Say what? What are you talking about?
Willis?
Here on the floor. You need to open this, please.
Why would I
back.
do that?
Because my arm still hurts from where you punched me earlier.
I'll punch your other arm, and then you'll have two arms that hurt equally, so you'll have no problem.
Oh,
You do it. You're the fancy pants, Mr. Know-It-All, who sometimes can sing a good song, and other times sounds like you don't even know what a musical note is. Mr. Bard.
As you're arguing over this, you hear Angus over the side going, "Hey, I think this is the way down." And you look over, and the trapdoor is open, and he's pointing downwards.
Good work,
This
Angus.
is further than I've ever been. What's going on?
You should lead the
Angus-
way. You dwarves are very good at this sort of business, aren't you?
Oh, I guess.
he likes. Yeah, think of it as a cave.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. Thought it might be inspirational. You're dwarf.
He looks.
Yeah, dwarf. Jeez.
Good old speciesism. Nothing beats speciesism.
Oh, it's lovely. I've gone from treating him like family to treating it to being dismissive within moments. We got through
Aren't
the
your
door.
people-
Screw you. Run down those stairs.
Isn't that what your people do?
He's been helpful. He looks at you, and there's a look of a hurt child on that face.
Oh, I give him another hug.
And then he goes up to Wabani and tries to give him a hug again.
Say, I'm sorry. I give him a hug.
Oh, Lord. May Donru bless you. May she live forever.
You
Another
might-
kiss him.
You might have your
Okay.
first combat.
He's not letting go at the moment. He's a little bit hurt.
Convert.
Come on, dwarf. Uncle.
He has a name.
Good
Angus.
Lord. Hands up.
Eventually, he raises up his hands and goes, "Oh, that was nice. Thank you."
Now, look,
You see a little
discrimination
tear
exists
rolling
in
down
this
his cheek.
world. I feel for you. I've been discriminated my entire life. You know, someone that looks like me, I understand, but damnations, man. Get it together.
Okay, he sort of nods and wipes the tear away, hoping no one's noticed. Then he goes,
Aw.
oh, wait a minute, I should get my stuff, and he sort of bolts out and runs into his room. If you guys hang around, he'll come back in about 5 minutes, and he's got a shield and a small hammer, one-handed hammer.
Seeing him go get his stuff, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's probably a good idea. And I go to my room to get my stuff, and I'm just like, oh yeah, shit, it's not here. So I go into Riki's room to get my stuff.
As you go into Riki's room, there's a powerful odor that hits you of slightly off or rotten peanut butter.
That's a hashtag life with rodents.
I come running out of the room. I'm seeing red.
Have you got the pack with you?
No.
Okay. You run back into the room.
I run out of the room and I'm coming after Jace. I'm seeing red. Going to go tackle Jace.
Wabani, what's going on? Wabani, calm yourself, man.
I'm gonna try to grapple Jace.
Okay. Make a strength.
I think I can do
actually
acrobatics.
use a strength check. No, you can't.
Can't I?
I can.
No,
you can't.
he can. He can, but you can't. You have to use athletics.
Really? I thought because I was a monk.
No, monks don't give you that.
Bugger.
He didn't roll that good acrobatic. Oh,
okay.
You do it.
So this is what happens. I grapple him, and when I've got him grappled, after having my bacon, I let go the biggest rip terror of a fart on top of him.
Jace says, Wabani, can you let me go? It's starting to smell here.
Yeah, you give what you get. You get what you give.
Jace,
How does that saying go?
I think he's adopted you. Isn't that the way of his people?
Then Jace says, yes, the blessing of Donaru with you, may she live with forever.
Yes, right. Well, I get off of him and I head back to the room. And again, I use thaumaturgy and says, "You're lucky I'm in a forgiving mood."
So once you get close to the pack, you see that it's got a off-color browny yellow stain at the base of the pack, and that seems to be where the smell is coming from.
Do I know? Am I as I look at it? You know, I might not be the smartest cookie on the block, but I'm pretty wise. Do I know that this is he's ensorcelled it and he hasn't really pooped on my backpack?
Make a wisdom check.
23.
You have seen him do things like this, certainly recently with the bacon smell, and there has been occasions where he may have marked things with some sort of arcane cantrip. So it's certainly possible.
I again with thaumaturgy, I light my eyes on fire, so they're glowing purple fire as I come out, and I'm holding the backpack in front of me with a big stain and stench on it, and I'm like, Jace, enough's enough.
Oh, well, Bunny, it looks like some rodent has got into your backpack. That's terrible, terrible stuff.
You know,
tell you what, I could clean that for you with my prestidigitation spell, but
if you don't mind.
My arm hurts so much. I don't know if I could go through the motions currently.
May Donru bless you. Now, if you don't mind.
Did you just heal me?
No.
Too sore. Sorry, I'm trying really hard.
And I begrudgingly throw a healing word at him.
So roll your
Yep.
heal die as well. Although I'll add a 1, so do it again because it wouldn't have picked up on not wounded. There we go. So you feel a lot better now, Jace.
Thank you, Ramani. That's kind of you. Here, let me help you out with that backpack. And Jace wiggles his fingers at the backpack, and the smell on the soiling disappears.
And I'll just have you know, if this would have been a Monday, I might have thought to blame Bindi, but it's not a Monday.
What does that have to do with anything? Does she just do weekly poops or something?
What?
She's very scheduled.
That's like the strangest leap of logic I've ever heard. Is this how Bard's brains work?
Let me get you a flowchart.
Jace starts singing a song about squirrels that only poop on Mondays.
Make a performance check.
Yes.
23.
And it's a catchy tune. It's like, what are your best?
Tell me why I
a bit
poop
off.
on Mondays.
I give Jason inspiration because he actually tried. He at least sang a couple of words there.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
It's at this point that Angus reappears. He looks like he's kitted out. He's got his backpack and his shield. He's set, and he has a little small warhammer in his hand. That goes, right. Well, I'm set. What are we doing?
We're descending to the depths below.
And
okay.
we're giving you the privilege of leading the way.
Right. Well, I'll head down. Right. Just hold on a second. And he sort of starts to put his warhammer into his pack and then sling the shield onto his back so that he's got his arms free, and goes, okay. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, just still recovering. I'll head down first then, I guess. Has anyone got some light that might help?
Just 1 second, Angus. Riki, is there anything else in this room that you've seen that is of note?
Is there anything else that I see in this room that is of note?
Make a investigation check.
What did I just... Oh, that didn't work. Hang on. That is an 18.
Okay, so the room seems to be fairly Spartan apart from the information I gave to you before, but you walk over to the table where the couple of books were, and there's you catch note that they seem to be a bit odd in the information that they provide, or the story they tell. So one of them is a instruction manual for want of a better term, of how to craft telescopes and spyglasses and things of that nature with substances. It details glass, it details other substances that you can use, and the metals needed to craft that, and goes through how you need to do this. So that's an odd book to have, but it seems whether it's interesting or not is certainly up to you. The other book is a book on the 9 hells, which is possibly on tune here or not. It's hard to say at this stage, but it describes in general the 9 levels of hell that are said to be there in the afterlife for people who misbehave. So,
is it open to any particular page, or any particular pages marked?
No, both books were closed, and there is no ribbon to indicate a bookmark.
And no notepaper around them?
No, it's just those 2 books.
Okay, do they look like they've been positioned to be read simultaneously, like to compare, or they're just kind of randomly placed?
It's make an intelligence check.
Intelligence check. Hold up. That's a 20.
The positioning wasn't such that they would probably be read at the same time, but it certainly seems. It looks like they've been deliberately positioned, as far as you can tell.
So is somebody using telescopes to look into hell? That
It's a bit
seems
weird,
silly.
isn't it?
That seems very silly.
I say, wait. Okay, door's open. Let's just have a moment here. Let me cast detect magic. I just need 10 minutes.
All right.
10 minutes later.
While he's doing that, we search the room.
Okay, you don't pick up anything more than what you discovered previously.
Okay. No notes in the margins of the books. They're looking fairly thumbed but pristine.
Yeah, they are relatively pristine books. Although the one on the Nine Hells is a little bit more weather worn.
Smells of sulfur.
No, it doesn't have that aroma.
God.
Or not yet. Let Chase get to it.
Hey, what do you mean?
Barney might sit on it.
Okay. So 10 minutes later.
I finished the ritual and I cast detect magic.
Okay, so the room is aglow with abjuration magic. It's in the walls, it's in the floors, it's in the ceilings, it's in the door. Nothing else in this room seems to be magical, apart from the gear you currently wear. Angus is not wearing anything magical.
Abjuration magic throughout the doors, ceiling, floor, and walls.
Yep.
But otherwise nothing else. The books she's
Nothing
picked
else.
up. And it all glows equally?
Yes.
I let the guys know.
Okay, let's go down.
So this is
Take
the
the
same
books with
sort of that's the same sort of abjuration magic you were facing during when you were trying to get through the door in the first place.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
okay.
you're asking Angus to go down. He's looking hopefully that someone might be able to provide some light for him before he heads down into the darkness.
One
Yes.
more
What a dwarf
question.
is he?
Knowing that it's abjuration, can I make an arcana check or something to know, would that help me determine what spell it might have been?
You can make are you skilled in Arcana?
I am not.
You can make a check, but I'll keep that in mind.
Disadvantage then, or?
No, just roll it. I mean, you're not fluent in it. Like don't
No.
have proficiency, so that's disadvantage enough.
Alrighty.
And you probably got low intelligence.
Well, you don't have to beat that stick. That is a 10.
No. You know of some common abjuration spells, like you've seen Jace use one before, which is a shield. It's a brief protection spell, but you're not well versed in all of abjuration magic.
Not a clue.
Not a clue, but it seems quite powerful. The abjuration magic that's present. So
it doesn't. You said it's not focused on anything. Like I can't see that something is causing it. It's all equally in the room. Like
Yes,
the room itself is kind of a
it's
cage.
focused. It's focused on the walls, on the ceiling, on the floor, and the doors.
But it's not like there's a gem that is the point of it.
Oh no, no.
Yeah. Okay. I
Okay,
don't
so-
let them know that of my ignorance. I tell you it's abjuration and it's powerful. I know that for a fact. I can tell you.
Okay, so how are you helping out Angus? Like he's a bit trepidatious to head down without a light source.
But doesn't he have a form of dark vision?
Yeah, but what sort of a dwarf is he?
He looks at you and goes, well, I can see in the dark, but I can see better with light at the same time. So are we going to have some sort of light here or not?
I mean, I could cast fireball on you, but I don't think that's what you want.
Look. I light up a torch. Here you go. Take one of these.
All right, thanks. and
I
he
light
starts
up one,
to
and I light one for myself as well.
head down with the torch in hand.
Godspeed, Uncle Angus.
I
So
guess
you're following
I'll-
him, or are you just going to watch what happens?
Yeah, following.
I'll come up. I'll be. Do you want to go last, Riki, or shall I?
I might go last, if that's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. Will my torch kind of bother your eyes?
No.
All right. I
So
follow after Jace.
Just an FYI, dark vision doesn't give you perfect vision in the dark. It lets you see in the dark, but with disadvantage on perception checks. So you can see, but not very well.
Then how do the drow live?
Poorly.
They've
got low light.
dark vision.
Yeah, no. Well, certainly in previous editions, they would have superior dark vision. In this edition, they just have dark vision, and they use their dancing light cantrips to help out.
It might explain why they're so very, very angry.
I've never met one that like one of these ones you talk about. What is a drow? Did we meet one? No, we did meet one, didn't we?
A drow?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about, Riki. This
You've
is
met
an elf.
wood elves.
It's a very...
They were assholes. Is this one an asshole too?
Might be. Drow are underdark elves who have
I have
very...
no idea what that means.
Elves who are born, live, and die in the darkness of underground cave systems. They have darker skin and strangely colored eyes, and they
Come
tend to
on.
be very scary.
What?
And you might one day tell your children scary stories about them
This
to
hogwash.
teach them to not be bad. Yes,
Hogwash.
they used to tell us scary stories about them in my village when I was a child.
You know what? We used to have puddings that would eat people. How about that?
Well, perhaps when we get back to the city next time, we can go to the library and look both of them up. But I can assure you, drow are quite real, and I may have even seen one or two of them loitering in the library.
No. In Modano?
Perhaps passing through as academics.
And you say they're evil?
Well, some are, not all. We can't generalize.
So they work with Cordon Brown?
That's something you'll need to ask them if you ever meet one.
I'll remember that.
Okay. As you're descending down this ladder, it seems to be going on for much longer than you're expecting. You look up and you're at least 100 feet down this ladder, and poor Angus is continuing to head downwards, holding the torch in one hand and keeping balance with his other hand and feet. And then you hear him go, "Oh, what was that?" And it's at that point that the ladder goes from being a normal ladder to being somewhat a slippery slide. Some oil is applied to your handles, and the actual crossbars seem to fade into the wall, and you start sliding.
All at once, like he tripped a trap?
It looks like it, yes.
Godspeed, Uncle Angus and everyone!
Hijo de puta.
Again, naughty words in
Celestial.
Celestial.
If you had your book out, you'd be furiously writing it down.
I make a note. I think I've heard him say it before.
I think you have, yeah. So it's a bit of a slippery dip style ride, and soon enough you slow down somewhat and then see yourself plummeting into a large brick, or not brick, but cut stone room, and you hit the floor. You've slowed down sufficiently enough that you don't take any falling damage, but you do land prone. And as you look around, you catch sight of this well-cut stone room. There is a in the corner, far corner, there's a table with some sort of strange apparatus there, similar to what you saw when you were hunting down those people who are summoning the undead. And but you catch a glimpse of that, and then before you, the room is also sufficiently lit that the torches you have are not required. And before you, there seems to be a coming into appearance, a sword that is one part within, like it's somewhat translucent, and it seems to be floating in the middle of the air towards you. And it's at this point that you hear a rumbling sound, and these walls start to move up off to your left as a series of passageways hidden by twists and turns are led off to the left, and that table with the apparatus on it disappears from sight as that happens. So I'll just set up the room for you, but I think what we might do is after that we might look at having a break. So I'll just do that for a second.
Have we fallen into water and there's trash all around us?
Shut that! All the trash compactors on the detention.
Chewie!
I just lie on the floor and go bleep, bleep, bleep. Or alternatively, roar.
Is Cinders with you, or is Cinders not there?
Cinders is with me.
Okay.
Bindi, on the other hand, is safely in the backpack.
Oh dear. Sorry, I've just so I've set up these ethereal swords, and I'm using the extension adjustable cardigan, which adds interesting random names to them. So I've got some interesting named swords here. Anyway. So we've got that. Did you get sight of that?
Oh, yes.
Is this a map you made?
It is, yes.
Ooh.
It's a fatty thrill sword.
Is this Dungeon Painter Studio?
It's a campaign cartographer.
Oh. Cool. This is the floating sword. Way to go, Angus.
So what are the round things?
So those are pillars holding up the room.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so what I might do now is we'll switch over to our 7-minute break, and we'll see you all very soon. You are listening to ADlibnd. Now let's get back to the adventure. Welcome back, everyone. We now find the Dodgy brothers and sister have sailed Goonie style down a slide into what seems to be a worked stone chamber, and before them they caught sight of a table in the distance with some interesting instruments on it. But before they could do anything, a sword that wasn't quite there, semi-translucent, appeared. And these walls came up between where they were and where that table was. So can I get everyone to roll initiative, please?
Before we get there, though, so where was the table and where did we arrive? Like from the ceiling type area? Is that where we arrived?
The table is in that direction, from what you can tell.
Okay.
And you basically plummeted where Jace is. You tumbled around him.
Can I just note that I just remind me for next time, I probably would have cast mage armor on myself prior to climbing down the ladder of doom.
That's okay. You can put mage armor on yourself if you want.
Yeah, thank you.
And I would have, and so we just randomly fell where we fell.
You can make an acrobatics check if you want to. See, I'm going to be happy with Angus landing where he is, but you guys can roll the acrobatics check to see where you go.
Wait.
I did roll an acrobatics check.
Did you? I missed that.
I'm very confused. Did Cinders cast? What happened there? That's just confusing. Could you see that?
I can, yes.
You cast Mage Armor on Cinders.
Or has Cinders cast it on herself?
It's not showing an effect on her.
Oh, fuck.
So it's 480 minutes, whatever it is that you cast.
Alright, fixed it.
So like I think that must be mage armor or something that lasts for 8 hours.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's long enough that you would conceivably cast it on yourself before you walked into Hellzone.
Okay, so Cinderella has rolled up first. So what is the happy-go-lucky weasel doing?
Cinders is committed to the way of the weasel. So Cinders just bolts to the back of the room.
I should lock tokens. Wait, one moment.
Yeah, that was also confusing.
But that's okay. She could certainly get there. That'll be about 15 feet. So if she's got any more movement, she can keep going if she wants.
Alright, so she hides behind a pillar.
Okay. And Riki, you rolled a similar initiative at 16.
Alrighty. So a good old bit of pew pew never hurts in these situations. So Riki aims at the ethereal sword and casts magic missile.
Okay.
Maybe it's friendly.
Not now. What level are you casting it at?
Level 1.
Okay. So the bolts of what color are the magic missiles?
Pink. It sparkles.
Bolts of sparkling pink energy slam into the sword, and it gets knocked around a little bit, but seems to be still floating there, ready to slice open Wabani's poor head. It seems to have taken damage. Wabani, you're up.
So how exactly is it floating?
It's hovering. It's a sword that's not quite there, that's hovering in midair.
So like, is
you
it
can't
running,
tell.
floating parallel to ground, or is the point up?
Well, it's swinging around like it would be. It's not static. It when you get close, it starts to try and parry your attacks if that's what you're doing.
I'm going to dive under the sword, making a somersault as I dive, so that I can grab onto the pommel of it with both hands.
I just want to explore the whole parrying element. So, how can a sword parry attacks that are targeting the sword? Isn't that the same as throwing yourself in front of an attack?
This place you're in doesn't seem to follow the normal theories of physics and other things. Okay, so you slide towards the handle. Can I get you to make a grapple check, please? So it'll be a strength check. Athletics versus its athletics, or its
That's an 8.
other things. You think you have it, but at the last moment, it sort of forcefully wriggles out of your hand, and your hand feels a bit raw. From it's got a surprising amount of strength for a floating sword.
So as a bonus action, I will use a key point and put patient defense on myself.
Okay. Jace, you're up.
Okay. Jace is going to have a crack at the sword with his green flame blade.
Sword versus sword.
That's right.
Seems to acknowledge you as you move forward, and it takes on a bit more of a defensive stance now that there's two people nearby.
Oh, actually, I just remembered we're doing blanking rules, aren't we?
+2 to attack, yes.
Okay, so change of location. There we go. So Jace salutes the sword with his rapier, and he thrusts at it. Oh.
Wrong sword, Jace.
I hadn't targeted it. Just when I get to fix that up and re-roll.
Well, you don't get a re-roll. It's an automatic miss.
Curses. All right. Well, I guess that's me done.
Okay. So you want to end turn? Yep. So on seeing that, Angus looks equal parts confused and scared and furious that he was sent on this wild tumbling ride down into this container. He brushes himself off, picks up his shield and attaches it to his arm and draws his... I said it was a hammer. It's actually a war pick. So he draws out his war pick and moves up towards the sword, but he can't do anything this turn because he's used his action to set up his shield. Okay, with 3 people around, the sword is going to choose which a target. And with that, it swings towards poor Angus. And manages to hit him. So the blade, he holds up his shield, but it bounces off the shield and then gets him on the upper arm and leaves a vicious wound on poor Angus, and he roars in pain. But and then it goes in for a second attack.
Can I just say, I've just noticed that Uncle Angus mashed together also makes unclean Gus.
Does it?
Unclean Gus forever. That's what I first seen.
And with him standing a little bit unsteady, the sword then changes direction suddenly and swings from the other side. He tries to deflect it with his war pick, but it just batters that to the side and sinks another cruel blow, this time into his shoulder, and he staggers and is looking quite the worse for wear at the moment. Cinders, what is the little guy doing, or the little girl doing?
Cowering, because Cinders has just noticed a massive, scary, stinky dwarf brought low by a floating sword. So Cinders is hiding.
Okay. Riki.
Unclean Gus! No! She's very disappointed. So she casts probably. I'm just looking at what I can cast without killing the rest of you. I'm thinking I can cast a little bit of a magic missile, but at a higher... No. Actually, you know what? Scrap that. I'm just going to cast haste on Wabani.
So as the magic starts to flow through you, Wabani, you feel your senses. This is a familiar experience to you now. You feel your senses heightened, and everything seems to slow down around you. The movements of the sword, you can judge as a little bit slower now that you might be able to deflect its attacks with a better ability.
Mental high five. Okay, I don't think there's anything else I can really do. So next.
So what are you doing, Wabani?
I will, having failed to grasp at it, I will start my out by shit, I can't do that. I will start by, I'm just going to go and I will start by trying to slash at it with my Hungamanga.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Yeah. Oh, this should have been +2. 12.
It still would have missed.
And then
What? For the flanking, it's +2. Yep.
and then I will attempt to smack it with an unarmed strike.
Okay. Remember you're hasted, so you have an additional attack
Yep.
or spell.
And so I... shit, again, there should have been at +2.
That would still miss.
Bugger. And then, but as I'm going in for that unarmed strike, as my extra action, I basically, with the intention of touching it, I will also do inflict wounds on it.
Okay.
And that is level 1. And I go like that.
Now,
Again, there should have been
you
a +2.
parry, you swing. Well, it's a hit anyway. You swing with the Hungermonger. You actually added the +2 by the looks of things. You swing with the Hungermonger and miss. It seems to just bounce the weapon away, and then you try and hit it with your fist, but it just seems to suddenly move upwards. But when it starts to float back down, you concentrate your divine energies and blast it with a wave of necrotic energy. So you can roll damage there.
Not as much as I would have liked.
So it washes over it, and it's starting to fade a bit more. While it was somewhat translucent, it's much more translucent now as it starts to take damage.
Okay.
Jace, you're up.
Okay, Jace is going to have another stab at it.
I stab at the... You hit it this time.
Then Jace is going to follow up with a psychic blade.
Okay, so
Resisted.
it did, yeah. So maybe because it doesn't have a brain. It's just a sword.
If it only had a brain.
You strike it and scorch part of its form. It's a darkened metal, but as you release the psychic energy, it seems to have no effect. So, you doing anything else?
I'm unable to pass it, Sam.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Okay, so Angus, staggering under the vicious wounds he's received, swings out with his war pick, hoping to finish it once and for all. He's feeling hopeful, but it's just too quick for him, and the wounds he's suffered so far slow him down. And he just stands there, dumbfounded. Okay, so what is it going to do now? Okay, it moves towards you, Wabani, and starts to lash out towards you.
Not gonna do it.
Are you still... no, you're not in a defensive stance, are you?
No. Oh, right. I got dodge on there? No, I don't.
No, you don't. Just double checking. So the first one comes whizzing by, and you easily move to the side, and then it sort of switches direction extremely quickly, almost too quickly for you. But at the last moment, you step backwards, and the blade whizzes past your nose. And if you're any closer, if you'd moved any slower, you think you would have felt the full brunt of this sword.
Not today, fat.
I'm assuming Cinderella is not doing anything at the moment?
No, I think we can safely say that Cinders is hiding. So I'm going to cast Magic Missile at level... at level 2. That gives me another 1, doesn't it? Another missile.
It does, yeah, so 4 in total.
So 4 instead of 3. Okay, alright, let's go. Pew 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 pew! Alright, that's better than a slap across the face with a wet fish. Alright. So I
Sure
just
hope
go... Yes! And I still stick to the back. And stay back. I go, you're up, Wabani!
Quicker than you can say lickety split. I slap a couple of bandages on Angus to make him heal him up.
So you're using your action to do this then?
I'm using one of my actions to do this, indeed. Ah, fudge.
Okay, one moment. Okay, so right, so you see him. He feels to be somewhat restored when you do that.
All right, Angus, I got ya. And then I once more, seeing the success of the previous one, but significantly concerned about how much magic I have, I do not deign to use it, and I once more slash out with my Hungamunga. Feel my wrath, fat. Ah, shit, I gotta keep remember pressing that too.
It hits.
Fie on you, fie!
So you hit down, and due to its increasingly disappearing form, it connects, but not as strongly as you would suspect it should have.
I basically I smack at it so it falls downwards, heading towards the ground, so that I can basically, with my unarmed strike, jumping down on top of it with my feet.
So as you do that, you clip it, and it receives some of that downward motion, but then it rolls and starts to hover back up. So you get a kick at it, but you can't knock it down to the ground.
Fie! Fie! Evil sword of fat.
And that one connects as well. And your foot partially passes through it as you hit it, and it sort of spins a little bit, but it's still there and starts to float up back into place at about chest height.
And I'm like, hijos and madres, this thing, it still lives.
Jace, you're up.
But to be fair, I don't think
Okay.
the sword did have a mother.
Tell us more about the sword's mother, Reiki.
I wasn't the one who brought it up.
Break combat. Let me tell you a
Jess is
story.
gonna stab it one last time with the sword.
He hopes.
Oh, not another one.
You're too distracted by how Wabani seems to hit it with a Hungamunga and then try and jump on it, only to roll away.
Come on, and unclean Gus, save the day.
Unclean Gus swings, but unfortunately misses. He's not as effective with his weapon as you guys seem to be.
Oh man, he just needs to light at the side.
Unclean.
Okay, so the sword continues its assault towards you, Wabani. And this one definitely connects.
Hmm.
And
I-
it does. Sorry?
Alright, fine.
Yeah, it slices towards you and leaves a cut along your chest.
And as a reaction to that slice, I evoke Wrath of the Storm and send lightning coursing through the blade.
Okay.
It needs to make a DC 16 dexterity save. You want me to
Okay.
drop it on it?
Yeah. Go on. It failed.
Feel the lightning.
With an explosive force, you slam into the sword, and it gets knocked back almost into Jace's body, but as it travels towards you, Jace, it starts fading away, and by the time it reaches you, there's nothing there, and it feels like a gust of wind. Just at this moment, you see above, almost directly above Riki, a circle of 6 yellow dots appear directly up there, and then you hear this big tock sound as one of those yellow dots disappears, and then a second later another one of those yellow dots disappears. What are you guys doing? You've got 1 round to do what you want to do.
So, sorry, yellow dots. So this
Yes.
is just like fairy lights floating in the sky. Is that what we're talking about?
That's right, and every time one of those dots disappears, there's a big loud resounding tock.
Talk coming from whereabouts?
And we've seen how many?
Anywhere and everywhere.
We've seen how many of these things?
You've seen 6. It's like basically it looks like it's counting down from 6 seconds. So hence the whole you've got one round to do something.
Well,
if you want to do something.
With the speed that's on me with the haste spell, I run like a bat out of hell down the pathway to see if I can find. I have no idea what I'm looking for.
You don't need the torch area because it is well lit in this room.
Okay, well then I leave the torch on the floor beside where Riki is. That's my torch right there.
So you run up there.
Yep. Basically moving as fast as I can, looking for the off switch, really, I guess.
Yep. So that's 30 movement. You've got another, 30?
Yeah, I keep on going. I'm on the trucking. There we go. That should get me right in there.
So you run around and you find it seems to be just a dead end for now. So that's about, 40 foot of movement.
And I'm like, nope. I don't. So I see nothing, eh?
Correct.
That's 60 there. Nothing down there. False positive. Next.
Okay. What are you doing, Jace?
No,
Jace
the
wants
end of
to get where he can have a bit of a view down this side passage, see what's going on down there.
So you can see that it's running down that way.
Okay. He'll just pull back the last 5 feet, and he calls out that information to the rest of the party.
Yourself, Riki, are you doing anything?
Well, you know what? Cinders is going for an explore, certainly, trying to remain stealthed. I'm kind of staying back behind the more, both behind Cinders and behind the more sturdy of the party members.
So you're going to stay where you are?
Yes.
Okay, so Angus sort of looks around. Now that the sword seems to have disappeared, he looks a little bit confused and staggers off towards the right. He doesn't go too far.
So Cinders is ducked around here to sticky peek around the bend.
So it sort of bends to the left and then back to the right.
Well,
So as this is happening, the final yellow dot disappears, and then you hear this big thong, and there is a rumbling, and the walls start to move again.
So
So-
just realised I can do a dash move. Can I move back towards the rest of the party? Thanks.
Yep. You could probably do a dash as well, Wabani, if you need to.
All right. So that would mean I'd get 120 feet.
While 60 feet left.
can Cinders dash back?
So I will dash.
Unless you're using a key point to move further.
That's my other 60 feet to take a look down there.
So you can see that it's just another dead end. Cinders has already dashed. She's what's her movement speed? 30?
Yes.
Yeah, so she's moved 60 already. Okay, 1 moment.
You know what? My regular speed is 40, so I could actually, with that, I should have been able to move 160.
Okay, we'll do that for next time. I'm kind of in the middle of setting things up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just a moment. Okay, so you hear the dong again. And I'm just sharing the map for you. The walls move, and some of them seem to move around, and you find yourself in the same location, Wabani, but the walls just shift around you. And then 2 swords this time seem to appear near Jace and Angus. So
you're kidding me.
Yep, just 1 moment. Okay. So let's get those swords coming out.
Jace, cool. So I think one of us needs to find the off switch for this, while the rest of us keep the swords busy. Or maybe we all go looking.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So we're going to keep the same initiative. Cinders, you're up first.
Hey, Cinders is going to move, so I can move 60. Oh gosh, can you lock the tokens, please?
Done.
Thank you, DM. I'm going to move my allotted 60 feet.
So just be careful. I think you'll be provoking if you run past the ethereal sword. So it's
Oh,
up to
sorry,
you.
I didn't spot the sword. Okay, so you know what? Cinders just kind of walks to the opening and just loiters there. Really. So can you please delete that movement?
Yep, should be deleted. If it's still showing for you, I can just move it for you.
Cinders just wanders there and just loiters in the doorway and watches
Okay.
in a weaselly fashion.
Riki, you're up.
Oh, you know what? Riki's getting a bit excited. And she goes, oh my goodness, this is exciting. No one is around this thing. Well, I could cast Fireball. It's a 20-foot radius. But can I cast it at the wall behind it and not take out Jace?
Let's see. I'll allow that. Yep, that'll get both of them.
That's delightful. I do that.
Jace gets a little bit of a fringe.
Ricky, you nearly got me there.
So she lets out this small bead of red light that flies towards the floor, and then a roar of flame just engulfs the area with the 2 swords. And it seems to start expanding towards you, Jace, and just before you try to duck away, it just flicks the heat. You feel the heat, but it's not hot enough to burn. You go on.
We are not at home to Mr. Cockup, Jace. We don't waste opportunities when they're given to us.
You could have at least given me a warning so I could turn away and slow motion walk away from the fireball.
You could have. That would have been delightful. But
You know, I've always wanted to do that.
no one was here to paint it. So I tell you, I promise you the next time we're in town, we'll arrange a backdrop, I'll cast Fireball, and we'll have at least 3 artists on standby. Does that sound like it might make it up to you?
You know, I'm going to hold you to that, Riki.
I will, it'll be fun. Let's do it.
Okay, so you finished, Riki? Are you moving at all?
Yes. Backwards slightly. Behind the other targets. I mean, people.
Don't move
Okay.
me just yet. Do I notice anything in the area where I'm at?
So, apart from the walls moving, you do hear sound coming, and there's this big rush of a roaring sound nearby, followed by a copious amount of swearing from Jace.
Oh, okay.
That's what you pick up.
But I don't see anything in where I'm at. Like, there's no like levers or anything.
No. This is as you see on the floor. It's just a plain wall, a stone cut wall, and a stone cut floor.
So I move quickly, and as I'm moving quickly, I am making sure to plant my feet solidly as I move quickly through the corridors. When I get to just in front of this light source and sconce, I jump through the air, diving towards the end position, and as I dive through the air, I've got my Hungamunga in my right hand, and I look at Jace and I'm like, hey, and I smash at it with my Hungamunga as I fly through the air.
Okay. So just out of nowhere, a bolt out of the blue, Wabani comes screaming past, looking all the world like a superhero. And just like that, he slams his Hungamunga down against this teetering ethereal sword, and does a solid 2 damage.
But I and as I continue my motion past, I kick out with my foot to give it a kick towards the extremely vital pressure point that all flying swords must have.
And it is completely useless, unfortunately. That the sword sort of ducks out of your way. Now realizing that you're nearby, it just moves with a quickness that surprises you, and you miss.
That's my turn.
Okay, so remember you've got a hasted action as well.
Oh, yes. Well, then in that case, I will... I will try burning it with Sacred Flame.
Okay.
I want to mend it.
Don't mend the sword.
I don't know, maybe mend works in reverse.
So,
Unsuccessful.
So, you were distracted by how quick the sword moves, that your concentration is lacking when you send out your holy flame, and it seems to just shake it off.
Damn, that's quick.
Jace.
Okay, so Jace moves up there. What can I see down the corridor?
One moment. That's what you see at the moment. Oh, I might say a little bit more. See that a bit too.
The off switch.
So that's your 30 movement.
Okay, what can you see? Alright, he'll take a dash action. Oh. Take a dash action.
Okay. So you race around, and this seems to bend and twist.
Okay, so I guess I'm done.
My voice echoes.
So Angus looks on as Jace seems to run away and goes, "Hey, we've got swords here, you know." And he sort of
Jace says, looking for the off switch.
he starts to charge up towards the attractively short sword and tries to hold his own. He swings out his pick, This time manages to connect. And there's much rejoicing. Oh, I bet he rolls a 1, and it's 1 damage. So it connects, but it's just, a glancing blow. And he looks pleased initially, but then when it doesn't seem to have affected it much, he looks a little bit sad. And it tries to return the favor towards him. He holds up his shield, and it's deflected off the shield for the first slash. But he's unprepared for the quickness of this blade, and it changes its direction and thrusts towards him. And sinks in a vital part, and there's a sigh as he collapses to the ground. And then so I'm just distracted by what Frankie is saying off the microphone. Anyway, the ethereal sword starts to hover towards... I'll just choose a target between Frankie and Wabani. It moves towards you, Wabani. Okay. Now the other sword, seeing that you're nearby, Wabani, will lash out at you. With a resounding blow, it seems to connect.
Wait. I will. With that, I will. Oh shit! I thought I had a reaction. I don't.
Okay.
I thought I had shield as a reaction, but that's not what I have. Okay.
So you feel the cool metal sink into your shoulder as you duck, but not quick enough, and then it tries to follow up with another attack.
I will take my Wrath of the Storm reaction.
You've already used it once, haven't you?
Last turn.
Yeah. Is it a channel divinity?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it the
Tempest thing?
four per day or something, or depending on your wisdom?
Ooh, that's right. Depending on my wisdom modifier, I get one more.
All right, so go on.
Okay, that's that one. Is it targeted? Oh, it's not targeted. Now it's targeted. For fudge's sake of fudginess.
It quickly rolls out of the
damage?
way.
Yeah,
But it's still half damage.
Yeah. Better than nothing.
It does a little bit of damage, but it seems to resist it to a certain extent.
Yeah, it does.
And then it tries to attack you again.
Yep.
But the thunderous boom has shaken its movements, and it's a pitiful strike that you just deflect easily.
I step over it. Ha!
Cinders!
Squeak! Alright. I suspect it's some time for some magic missile at level 4! Alright. So I've knocked off that ethereal sword, and I go, you are not attractively short. I am attractively short. And I'm done for my turn. I brush my hands up and go, that'll teach you.
What, did you cast it at level 4?
Yes, I did.
So you get 6 missiles.
Oh, that's delightful.
So 2 more.
Oof. Keep at it with those 4s.
Stop it, Cinders. Stop trying to somehow take my casting. That is truly odd. Okay, hang on. Aha!
Oh,
So There's a dazzling array of pink, sparkly, arcane energy balls flying towards you, Wabani. You're stuck there between a rock and a hard place, and it looks like Riki's going to attack you, but then they duck and swerve. It's all a ruse to catch the swords unawares, and the first one takes the brunt of the force and then sort of dissipates, and then the other remaining 4 bolts fly towards it at just a pow, pow, pow. And it's looking a lot more translucent.
Okay. With lightning speed, I move up towards Angus. And I will once more apply Healer's Kit on him. This time, though, not to heal wounds, but instead to basically... make sure he doesn't die.
They're just stabilizing?
Stabilizing, yeah.
Okay.
But when I stabilize, my stabilize action as a healer gives him a 1 as well.
1 hit point?
Yep.
Okay, so he'll roll a healing surge for that too.
Yeah. Then I will continue to circle around this pillar, coming up behind this sword, because it would never see me do this. I'm so super sneaky. And I will I'm going to attack my Hungamunga and go for its eye.
Okay, so that's with your hasted action.
Yeah.
So it's quick, it swings around to you, but you're quicker.
That's right, I'm quicker.
And you kind of sparta it, kick it in the face if it had a face.
And I will once more unarmed strike it as well.
Okay.
Come on.
And that's a hit.
You punch that sword.
Fall with my fists. And stomp on it, up and down.
With a resounding looking of success, you hit it one more time and it fades out of existence. And at that point, you hear the big talk as the same symbol appears, and those 6 lights, or six glowing balls appear, and then after a second, it's a talk and they disappear. So, what are we doing on this round?
Chase yells out, "Wabani, did you kill the last sword? We need to find that off switch. There'll be 3 swords next."
I have no idea what you're talking about, and I'm running down this hallway.
Okay. So we'll do Wabani first. So that's 40 movement. So you find yourself at a dead end, Jace.
I'm keep on moving. I get 80 movement with haste. And I get there, what do I see? In that case, I'm dashing as I continue. $30. 35, 40.
This would be trickier if we didn't have a monk in the party. I'm just saying.
A hasted monk, no less. So that's 55 at the moment?
55.
Faster, faster!
55, 65, 75, 80.
So at that point, that's where you go?
Yeah. Fudge!
Sorry, Chase gets back just in as the last yellow light winks out, and there is a big bong, and the walls start moving again.
A big bong? Where? Show it on the map.
There we go. There's the bong. All right,
Mm.
one moment. As I adjust maps.
We do the what is that, Maze Hunter, whatever that new show is called?
Maze Runner.
Maze Runner business.
Oh, those
Yeah.
movies, the movie series, yes.
That are terrible beyond terrible.
The one the young'uns are watching.
Yeah. Hard to do it justice.
I should watch it. If it's popular, it probably has something to it.
Debatable.
I have to confess, I actually watched the Twilight series once with zero expectations, and I thought it was a lot of fun.
Well, that's the way you gotta watch movies.
That's it. So do the same for Maze Runner.
Yeah. Well, no, I did watch it without expectations, but I didn't find it fun. I mean, I was entertained, but I was like poorly entertained.
Okay, so can you see yourself there, Wabani?
Yep.
All right. So at that point, another 2 ethereal swords appear. These ones, unfortunately, are not fancily named.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
One of them appears near Angus, another one appears near Jace. Now, during that round, all Angus can do is stand up and look groggily around, picking up his loose war pick.
I bet he's regretting going down that ladder.
Going down that rabbit hole. Okay, Cinders, you're up.
Riki cackles.
Riki's turn. All right. So no, what the heck? I am just going to cast. I think I can probably cast Snillock's Snowball Swarm and hit the Ethereal Sword 3 without hitting anybody else.
They're both named 3, so I might rename one of them.
Does that mean it's saved against me?
Yes, unfortunately.
At least I do some damage. Oh, it's a depressing amount of damage. All right, I'm just going to hide. Oh, please, you need to lock our tokens again, dear DM.
Done.
Thank you. Please don't kill me for being impertinent, and I'm hiding behind a pillar.
Wabani.
I take I take one step here to get a look around the corner.
No, keep going.
I was kind of to look north is really what I was. Okay, and that's 5 feet, and then I move up here. That's 35.
I love that our hand-to-hand guy is piss-bolted.
Oh shit! Not
Which
sure this
way
is the
is
right
it?
way.
Which way is it?
I will go that. That'll be 45 to look both north and south.
Ooh.
Fuck.
I love the anxiety in your voice.
I will go 50.
You think you catch sight of something off there to the left?
I was thinking the same thing, so I will go. Oh, like that.
That's a dead end. That you walk in here and you catch sight of this room. Now, before you, is that one movement that you've done in the end?
Yes, I get 80 movement with haste.
Yeah. So before you seems to be some sort of alchemical apparatus in front of you. You can spend your action to examine it.
Yeah, for sure. Of course I will.
Okay, so it's written in common. It seems to be discussing a recipe to create a quickly applied oil of etherealness that will last for a short period of time. But you suspect that this will help in destroying these swords for good.
A recipe to create an oil of etherealness.
Yep.
And
so that's your action. So you've got a hasted action left.
Yep. Is there the equipment here to produce this oil?
Yes. All the equipment seems to be here. Although, I mean, make a intelligence check.
All right. Intelligence. Here we go. I will say, Donaru, please, mighty Donaru, this is the time I need you. Help me understand the words on these pages. Oh, fuck. That's a 2.
You just can't sense her presence nearby, and it shakes you to the soul. So while the instructions seem somewhat straightforward, you get a feeling that maybe someone else in your party might be better at nutting this out.
I start, you know what? I use thaumaturgy, and I'm like,
I need someone smart to come here. I found the solution.
And surprisingly, the echoes are felt and heard by your comrades.
That's pretty much my turn.
Okay. Jace.
Okay. Jace hears Wabani call for someone smart and immediately thinks he's after him.
As you do.
But he'll stop and take a couple of whacks at the totally super ethereal sword on his.
And with a super flare, you strike out with your flaming blade. And while you hit it with some flare, it's not quite as effective as you first thought.
Jace calls out to Riki. Riki, you go help Wabani. You've got this. And he gives Riki some bardic inspiration.
I will, eventually.
Okay, Angus, looking around and going, oh wait, did I just get killed by? But I'm here. Oh shit, there's another one. And he staggers towards it. And then looks back to Riki. Run, Riki! Save yourself! He swings, but his recent brush with death is such that it is weakly knocked aside. The totally super sword swings out at you, Jace. And lands a hit unless you're going to use shield. You there, Jace?
Yes. Jace is going to use shield on that.
Okay, so that'll be a miss, correct?
Correct.
Do you want to add that effect to you? Because it's going to swing out again. Okay, so the blade for all words that seems to be going straight for your unprotected neck, Jace, but just at the last moment, an invisible force deflects it and it sails past your smiling face. and it tries to strike at another area, but once again, it's denied by the arcane force. I think I've skipped one. All right, the other one is going to attack Angus.
What other one? There's only 2.
Yes, I didn't do the other one. I only did one of them.
Angus convinced it. He was very persuasive.
So the first strike against Angus is a failure.
Let's go, Angus. Let's go.
And the second one, though, he's still groggy, and he staggers back and tries to hold his sword up feebly. His shield up feebly, but it changes direction at the last moment.
Don't die, Angus. Don't die.
And catches him and slices along his neck, and he collapses to the ground, starting to bleed out again. I must say, Angus is helping to tank these swords. Could do. All right. What is Cinders doing?
Cinders. Oh, Lord. What's Cinders going to do? Cinders is going to run up and help Jace. Cinders is feeling particularly desperate at this moment. Poor little Cinders.
So Cinders can come up and actually provide the help action for Jace against the totally super sword.
And how would that look, mechanically speaking?
He'll give him advantage on his attack.
That's what Cinders does. Where does Cinders need to stand to do this?
He can come up to there. She. Apologies.
Cinderella. Cinders, female.
See, she sneaks up next to Jace, and the sword seems to be just distracted by Jace's lovely, luscious locks. And she uses that distraction to come up and snap at the hilt of it. And it looks around back at Cinders, but it's momentarily distracted. So your next attack, Jace, will be with advantage.
Excellent.
That is
Thank you, Cinders.
exactly what Cinders would do. All right. So, Ricky, I haven't actually seen... because this is a maze that has shifted. Good fun times. Alright, so Ricky is going to do a bolt for one of those openings to try and get down them. And she can move the maximum of 50 feet in this turn, is that right?
For a dash action, yes. I think she's only 25 normal, isn't she?
Yes. So can she take that pathway without provoking?
I'll allow it.
There she goes. Exactly like that. I'm sorry, Unclean Angus. Run straight past with faint regret.
It's Jace by yourself, taking on 2 swords.
I will, once more, I will use thaumaturgy, and I will shout,
Ricky, move quickly. Cast haste on yourself.
There you go.
as I dash to make my way. That's 65. Oh God, which way to go? Which way? I will continue this way. Oh. No. I gotta take the chance. Is it up there? Yes. So that's 110, 120. So yeah, I'm rocking up here. I think it's 140, 55, 60. That's my turn.
Okay. Jace, 2 swords seems to be starting to bear down on you.
Okay. Jace. It's feeling a little threatened here.
You can do it, Jace.
He's going to swing around. So that's staying within the threat radius of the first sword.
That's fine.
And he's going to poke at it.
With advantage.
Indeed, thank you.
Oh, natural.
That's a crit.
Score.
It's a shame it'll be somewhat reduced, but still, that's a good roll. Wow.
Nice. Okay, it's 28 damage. And Jace is going to try to hold the fort for a bit.
So
hurry back, Ricky. Hurry.
So you strike down against the sword, and it's a strike. It's quite audacious. It wasn't expecting this, especially with the distraction from Cinderella, and you land a cruel blow against its hilt, and the leather the leather pommel, or not pommel, but the leather section starts to go up in flame as the green flame blade goes into account. Okay, Angus is going to be rolling to see if he lives or dies. Okay, he's you don't know what's happening to him. Okay, ethereal swords moving towards you, Jace.
Don't leave us in suspense. This is too tense.
All right. So the first one hits. I'm assuming you can't do anything about that, Jace.
No, not really.
It slashes down
Ouch.
and leaves a nasty graze on. Oh, it actually sinks into your upper arm. Then strikes again, and I don't think you can dodge that one either.
No.
And it follows quickly with a riposte. How do you pronounce that?
Riposte.
Riposte. Thank you. And it's another slash, and this one on your other upper arm. Meanwhile, the other sword attempts to hit you with lightning strikes. Can you shield that one?
No.
Okay, so it sees an opening and strikes out. And then follows up with another attack. I'm guessing you can shield that one though.
Yes.
Okay. Just. So Jace is standing there all on his own, so heroic. He's bleeding out in multiple wounds, but he's still standing. Cinders! What's Cinders doing? Okay, so granting advantage to Jace.
That's exactly what Cinders is doing.
Okay. Riki.
So, Riki thinks, oh my goodness, haste on myself. What a novel idea. I could do that. So I cast haste on myself.
And then the haste on me disappears.
Yep, so you're effectively stunned this turn, Labani.
Yep.
Oh, that's a bit... Oops.
That's fine.
Alright. So I can... How far can I move now?
So normally you would be 25, so double that is 50, and so you can use your normal action, your hasted action, and your movement to go 150 in one turn.
So I can do that?
Yep, 150.
Well, let's do that.
So I'll just reveal the map and you can measure that out.
I'm going to be cutting corners.
Yes, for sure.
So apparently magically you'll know which way to go, but anyway.
I'm shouting. My voice continues to reverberate down the hallway.
Oh my god, this is such a long hallway. This is horrendous.
Keep running!
I am, but this is
South,
ridiculous.
south, and then
This is-
west.
This is ridiculous. Oh, hang on. Can you get her to move to there? And then she has, I think, about another 10.
Yeah,
Yep.
another 10. Go for it.
There? There? There through the walls? Alright.
You see a speeding Riki just fly past you, Wabani, and then this wave of lethargy just washes over you. That's as far as you can go, by the way, Riki.
Pew pew pew! I'm off, and I'm back. And I
feel so tired.
and on the other hand, I feel like I have just mainlined about 2,500 shots of espresso.
Your
Okay,
voice goes up
Jace.
6 octaves.
Okay.
What are you going to do? I would recommend dodging, but that's entirely up to you.
Jason's going to start by casting Healing Word on himself at level 4.
Okay. How you going there? You finding it?
Sorry, just trying to get it to work. Hang on.
So remember, you can if you select the first level healing word. Yep, there we go. And then your healing surge. Oh, it was a pretty good roll. Oh, that wasn't.
That was pretty shabby.
Bugger.
That's not too bad. That's what 20 health. That's pretty good.
Okay. Then Jace is going to. Yeah, he'll take the dodge action.
There we go. With your shield, you shouldn't be hit. If you spend it, that is.
Oh, we'll see.
They've got 4 attacks against you. Okay. Angus, what's he doing? Okay, duly noted. The swords lash out against you again, Jay. The first one sails past you. The second strike follows up and also misses. You're like a almost channeling Wabani here. The follow one, the next one seems to hit unless you're going to cast shield.
Shield.
Yep. And lastly, the last one. So they are swinging with a lower level of precision as you duck and weave and roll and do all manner of fantastic moves.
Okay.
Cinders, is Cinders granting advantage again?
Cinders takes a moment, decides whether it would be more rewarding to scratch her own butt or grant advantage. Decides to grant advantage. Alright, Riki, on your mark, get set, go! Speaking of maze running,
If you get there in 100, you can actually use your action to...
do I have to
Look
get...
at that.
Pew 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 pew! I'm sitting in the chair like the Flash.
No.
All right.
It spins around. I dust my hands off and prepare myself.
Make an Arcana check.
It's an 18. It's an 18.
You start to speed read through this stuff. It's like watching some fantastic television show where the protagonist has to read something quickly, and you realize, oh, I can do this, and you start ordering the ingredients together and start working on the potion. It'll take you one action. So you've done one action to read the information. Now you need one action to actually create the potion.
Oh, I thought you were saying she's going to have to order it for takeaway.
Like online, like supermarket online shopping. But there's not a lot of Wi-Fi access down in the basement.
Parcel pickup, please.
Pack your own bags or order them in. All right. So that will have to wait for next turn. Is that correct?
Correct. So you spend your action next turn to create the potion, and then after that, you can use your hasted action and your movement to get back. So there'll be another 100 feet.
Oh my goodness me. All right. Hang in there, guys. I'm working on it.
Okay, you need to remove the hasted from me. I think I was stunned last turn, so this turn I should be okay.
Yep, you're good. It's
so
effectively stunned. It's not quite stunned. It's just you can't do any actions.
All right, so I start dashing my ass back out this way. And when I get to there, I get a quick lay of the land. And with a quick lay of the land, I will throw a healing word on Angus.
Okay.
Click. Come on, 4. Ah, shit.
That's good. He's looking better. So the energy washes over him, the divine energy, and he's the bleeding wound to his neck heals and stitches up, and he goes and looks around, startled once again.
And I say, Angus, Donru commands you, stand up. That's my turn.
Jace.
Okay. So Jace is still feeling pretty hurt. He's going to cast Healing Word on himself again, and he's then going to take the dodge action again, and he's going to yell out to Wabani. Wabani, if you could take out this totally super one. It seems to have we seem to have worn it down a bit, but maybe keep the other one around until Riki comes back with the solution, because they just keep coming back, don't they?
Shut up, Jace.
What? I'm standing here bleeding. That's what you're going to say to me?
That's not in the contract, Jace.
I just love that Jace is the logical one.
Okay, you good there, Jace? Yep. Okay, so Angus stands up, staggers, and then sees poor Jace up against the wall. Actually looking quite healthy now, surprisingly.
He didn't use the hit dice?
He did, yeah.
Oh, he did? Okay, cool.
He's already used, I think, 3.
Oh, okay, cool. Yes, 18.
One of those is because someone punched me this morning.
The joys. All right.
Not you,
so
Angus, dude.
Angus. So he picks up his war pick, seeing Jace in danger, roars and charges towards Ethereal Sword number 3.
I'm like, eso, Angus, eso.
But unfortunately, since he was prone, he can only move up. He can't attack this turn. Okay, which target is the sword going to choose? It's going to choose Jace. That's a miss. And that's definitely a miss. 2-3. Okay, so it swings out at you, Jace. You duck one way, and then seeing it changing direction quickly, you jump and it swings, and the blades fly underneath your legs. Okay, the other one, who's it going to choose? Okay, it changes targets towards poor Angus. And Angus, charging in, takes a blade to the gut and collapses to the ground. And then it changes back towards you, Jace.
I like how he doesn't give up.
And you're surprised at what happens, or maybe not so much anymore. But you manage to duck out of the way of this attack. I'm assuming Cinders is granting advantage to someone?
But yes, look, she is, but she doesn't like people assuming that she's just going to help.
Okay.
She likes that they ask. She likes that they ask.
Thanks,
yes.
Cindy. You're doing great.
Oh, thank you. We love you, Jace, and your hair.
So who are you giving it to, Jace or Wabani? Or Angus?
Jace.
Okay.
What am I going to give Angus an advantage on his death roll?
If only.
Yay, that'll win the combat. Alright, so Riki needs to mix a cocktail.
So you throw the ingredients together. It's like an episode of MasterChef, and hopefully not nailed it.
Oh, no, don't say that. I've seen Unreal too many times. Everything would just be set up to fail.
And then with the potion in hand, you race back. So you've got 100 feet of movement.
Hurry up and kill those swords so I might get a shortcut, because this is ridiculous. Alright, 100 feet. Let's go. Ed, that's me. I'm on my way. Hang in there, everyone.
Wabani, you see Angus collapse to the ground again.
How high are these swords up off the ground?
They're about chest height.
All right, so I will run southwards here and basically slide underneath these swords. And as I'm sliding past these swords, I will once more stick out my thumb towards the dead Angus and say with derision, "Yay!" And I will heal him as I slide past him.
Okay, where are you trying to end up? Can you point on this screen?
I want to end up here.
Okay, so you will provoke an opportunity attack from one of the swords.
Come on, man. That move was too cool to provoke.
I mean, you can end up there and you won't provoke. But it's up to you.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I slide under. Yeah, okay. Of course. Yeah, I knew that. That's what I was doing.
Sure, of course, yeah.
So
yeah.
I slide under there. I slap Angus as I slide past him once more, using another bloody healing word on him. And I'll be like, "Stay standing!" And as I slide past, I will then strike out with my Hunga Munga at Totally Super.
Totally Super. It misses.
Shit. I'll curses.
Jace, you're up.
Okay, Jace is going to try to take out their Totally Super Ethereal Sword.
You hit it.
Oh, actually, I'll roll one more time, see if I get a critical.
A crit, yep. Nope.
Oh, okay.
You sink your blade in well, but it remains standing.
Alright, well, I think that's it for
Okay, Angus staggers back up to the to his feet, picks up his war pick again, and looks around and goes, "Oh, which one should I attack? Oh, I feel like shit."
Just swing, damn it.
Chase points at the totally super one and says, "That one."
Okay, he swings and misses horribly.
Aye, we won.
All right, this one is going to choose its target. It swings towards Angus. And attacks again. But it misses him. Okay, second sword. That swings towards Jace. Oh, and it's feeling the pain, and the first strike misses, and the other one it's just starting to slow down for some reason. Cinders and ashes.
Advantage to Whoopani.
Oh, Cinders, aren't you? Cinderella.
Yeah. So I can move another 150, huh?
That's right.
Bicho guapa.
You duck and weave. You go through this maze like a woman possessed.
Or person.
Or person possessed.
Now I'm back with everyone. What am I doing?
You can't do anything this turn, but next turn you can use your action to use the potion. And from the instructions you read,
Okay, keep going.
from the instructions you read, you just have to splash the potion on the swords to make them more less ethereal and easier to hit.
Is that the point of the potion?
That is.
Okay, yay! You'll regret this, swords. Can I possibly hand the potion to Jace? Or
He can take it off you.
So he could potentially use it in his turn?
Yes.
Hey,
you wanted to.
Jace, splash this on them. That'll show those little cheeky pricks.
Be more like, Chase, here.
No, I've just slid up cool as a cucumber.
Oh.
I had several feet left in my movement, and I'm like, here, Jace, splash this on those cheeky pricks. That'll show them.
I would have thought it'd be at least at a high-pitched squeal because you're hasted at the moment. Hey Jace, I got this! Quickly, do it! Why are you so slow?
Right. I will once more.
You can play my character if you'd like. Would you like that? Would that be?
Ooh,
Don't
I
kill
get to
me!
play a character.
Don't kill me for my impertinence again, please. All right.
All right. I strike at that dude, and I will. You know what? I am spell light. So I think I'm just going to try to slap it with an unarmed strike as well.
Nicely done. And with that, describe its demise, Wabani.
I when I go to slap when I hit it with my hunga munga, I hit it with just the right bit that it spins the blade to point at the wall, and then I just jump up and I give it a side kick, and the sword goes flashing into the wall to stick into the stone wall, but instead of sticking, it crashes against it and the blade shatters and crumbles.
And then fades away.
Like that, Jace. Just like that. You seen that? Watch. Do you know how many swords I've killed?
How many,
have you done?
Wabani? How many swords?
How many? How many have you done?
Jace turns to the remaining sword and splashes it with a little bit of the potion that Riki provided. What happens?
So this ethereal sword starts to become much more substantial, and then something seems to be holding it, and you see there's some sort of a mechanical construct holding this sword.
Okay. Can I have a crack at the construct?
No, it takes you an action to do that.
Okay. All right then.
Okay, Angus, on his last leg, swings out with his war pick again. And he connects this time. And with a nasty strike, he lands it. And while you've been seeing these swords, when they're in their ethereal state, seem to resist some of this damage, this one seems to hit it soundly. Okay, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, Jace. Is that getting a shield or not?
It certainly is.
Okay. Let me just throw that on there. Yep. Oh, that one hits.
Curses.
So it's semi-average. It's slightly below average damage. It strikes out at you, and even with that arcane shield there, it manages to find an opening and slides along your leg, leaving a gash. Cinders.
Cinders gives advantage to a bunny.
I don't think he used that last time, actually.
Well, I think, didn't I? Yeah, no, that's because I hit both times.
Yeah.
Okay, I cast Magic Missile at level 1. Pew pew pew. So
You're hitting yourself as well, by the way.
I'm dead.
So I think, yeah, you need to change that to...
3 missiles fly out, heading towards the sword, and suddenly reverse on their master.
It's all good. You lost your haste, apparently, but I don't think it's going to matter overly much.
But they're so pretty.
Wabani, you have advantage on the first, or the one of them. They could be the first one.
I will strike home. Hunga munga time.
You hit it.
Fall
this time,
sword.
This time you smash it against the back of the plate mail animated structure.
And then I will flurry of blows. Ah, fudge. I smack at it twice with my flurry of blows, but it's spinning about. Too much rotation on that. Too much rotation. Damn it. Jace, it's on you.
Okay. Jason's gonna bring his rapier to bear once more. That's a hit.
You hit. And land a cruel blow. It's staggering under the barrage now.
It's up to you now, Angus. It's up to you.
Come on, Angus, you can do it. He's actually going to get +2 to his roll as well, I just realised. Oh, and with that he hit. Oh, and he takes it out.
Go, Angus.
There you go, Angus. Retribution.
He sinks the pick, the war pick. He spins it around and uses the pointed side and sinks it straight into the where the skull of this animated creature would be, and it sort of creaks in agony and then starts to collapse in on itself, and it gets melted down and down and down until it's just a puddle on the floor, and then this puddle of molten sort of metal sort of forms into a key. And it's at this point, the wall to your east, a door apparently materializes.
Easy peasy. I am tired.
Okay, this is probably a good point to finish. So thanks everyone for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm on tenterhooks.
So I hope you had a good time. Remember, you can find us on Twitch, YouTube, Podbean, iTunes, and Discord. See the details in the descriptions below. And if you want to vote, come join us on the Filthy Pig Discord server. Okay, and we'll be starting our Easter adventure next week.
Oh, we should tell them what our names are.
If some people may not have their names or their characters yet.
That's very true.
You were right, but I happen to have mine, and I think I called mine. Okay, I don't have it here on this list, so I can't remember it. But he's an Earth Ganassi samurai. All right, good. We'll catch up with descriptions of these characters next week, and then we'll get into the fun little one shot, Sounds
as
good.
it were.
Alrighty.
Anyway, see you later, everyone.
Thank you.